What's up, YouTube? I'm Christopher Negroni, and today I'm going to be talking about this Rolex Tiffany Blue Oyster Perpetual in this 36mm size. Lately, I've been drawn to smaller watches. This 36mm Oyster Perpetual, the 36mm Explorer, and even the two-tone Datejust in the 36mm size is starting to grow on me. But is 36mm still a big enough watch for the modern man? Let's find out before my wife notices her watch is missing. So like I mentioned, I've been looking at the Oyster Perpetual, the Explorer, the Datejust, all in the 36mm size. I'm really warming up to the idea of adding a smaller watch on a bracelet into my collection. Going for a diversity of size, adding another layer into my collection, and prioritizing comfort. Because what I've learned in owning and reviewing bigger sports pieces is they aren't the most comfortable to wear all day. Let's go ahead and go over the specs of this Oyster Perpetual so that we have a better idea of what we're looking at. The Rolex Oyster Perpetual featuring the mesmerizing turquoise blue dial. Introduced in 2020 along with 4 other bright lacquered colored dials such as the coral red, candy pink, Rolex green, and my personal favorite, that beautiful sunflower yellow. The turquoise blue dial quickly became one of the most coveted and highly sought after colors. The case diameter is 36mm with a lug-to-lug of 44mm to accommodate a wide range of wrists. The thickness comes in at a very nice 11.5mm. It comes on Rolex's iconic Oyster bracelet, tapering from 20mm down to 16mm. We've got Easy Link included for those hot days. Satin brushed with high polished sides. It's simply beautiful and utilitarian. This Oyster Perpetual is equipped with caliber 3230, a superlative chronometer certified movement good for +2, -2 seconds a day, and 70 hours of power reserve. Most importantly, the OP is good for 100 meters of water resistance, making it suitable for any adventure. So before jumping into the whole 36mm debate, I want to focus on the entry-level aspect of this watch and why it's important when choosing this watch. At $6,200, the Oyster Perpetual is positioned as Rolex's entry level into the brand. But Rolex holds their watches to the highest standards. In a world where steel sports watches are hitting absurd prices, this feels refreshing. Not only are you getting the best of Rolex, but with this special dial color, you're getting something extra, an undeniable presence. It punches well above its price point. Same goes for the Explorer or two-tone Datejust. It's all about finding that sweet spot between quality and price. Real value, not just hype. Although this particular Oyster Perpetual may not be the best example of that. The Rolex Explorer is one of those models that's really hard to overlook. At a price point of $7,300, it becomes a real bargain. You're getting that added safety clasp, a much sportier look, but still the best of Rolex for relatively not much money. There's something about finding that in between, that happy medium between high quality and price, bang for buck if you will. It becomes a watch you want to wear more. This point can be said about the two-tone Datejust as well. The sparkle of the Jubilee on the two-tone, the functionality and reliability of Rolex movements at a quarter of the cost of the Day-Date. Now, I'm not saying that the Datejust is just as good as the Day-Date. Definitely not. What I'm saying is that the two-tone Datejust, the plain old champagne two-tone Datejust, just punches way above its price point. That's why it's been one of the most popular selling watches throughout all of wristwatch history. You get that disco ball effect. It just hits in all environments. So that value for money really plays a huge role in this watch choice. All right, Chris, we hear you, value for money, but all these watches that you're talking about are 36mm. What the do I look like wearing a girl-sized wristwatch? That's what I imagine people saying in the comments right now. You guys just need to chill, okay? 36mm was a standard for decades. It was the standard men's size for the longest time. Many men still wear and enjoy a 36mm watch. Everything just keeps getting bigger. Watches, cars, people. By the way, I did do a whole video on watch sizes, shapes, all the factors that play into why a wristwatch looks bigger or smaller on your wrist. So if you want to learn more about that, go ahead and check out that link right above. I swear, no matter what sized watch I'm reviewing, it could be a 42 millimeter Explorer. There's always one guy in the comments that thinks that watch is too small. Come on, bro. It's just a watch. But then again, have times changed? Is there still a place for a man to wear an elegantly sized, sporty wristwatch? I don't know. I'm torn. Take this Oyster Perpetual 36. It feels wonderful on the wrist. The combination of steel and that 36 millimeter size. It might just be perfect. It creates this perfect feeling, of a watch that just kind of disappears throughout the day. It just becomes a part of your arm. It doesn't detract from anything you're doing. It just kind of, it's there when you need it to tell the time. It's a true tool in that sense. A little bit of jewelry, but something that is just there to help you dress your arm up just a little bit, but doesn't take over any outfit, doesn't take over any mood. It doesn't start feeling heavy on your wrist, doesn't scream out to anybody. It just might be perfect, but it's kind of small. I can't tell if that's because I tend to wear, 40 millimeter sports watches more often, or if it's really just not the right size for me. I know they make the 41, but I feel like that one's really big. The dial is really big on those watches. I like this. Is this too small? You guys let me know. Let me know in the comments. Is this too small? Part of me really wants to be an Explorer 36 kind of guy because I really love the design of that dial. It's the perfect blend of elegance and sportiness. It has those fully loomed 369 markers, which are so important and iconic in Rolex's history. Every time I see one, I can't help but stare. But I take plenty of POV slow motion shots. And that's where I don't love how 36 millimeters wears on my wrist. It's not that top-down view. When I'm looking at it top-down, 36 millimeters looks pretty good. It's comfortable, looks good. It's that perspective that I imagine when someone else is looking, or when I'm looking in the mirror, washing your hands. It's that POV perspective that I don't love. I don't know if I can do the 36 millimeter Explorer. I've only tried it on in stores. I need to borrow one. I need to borrow a 36 millimeter Explorer. I need to wear it around. I need to see it in the mirror. I need to live with that watch for like a week. And before you comment, Chris, try the Explorer 40. That's why they made the Explorer 40, for guys like you. I have a video on the Explorer 40 very soon, so stay tuned on that. But I don't know what it is about the Explorer 36. Maybe I'm romanticizing the original 36 Explorer size. Maybe that's what it is. I like the idea of that watch being a smaller watch. Not every watch needs to be 40 millimeters. Same with the Datejust. I think I would have to get it in 36. At least I want it. I want to like it in 36. I like the idea that it's more of a jewelry piece. You get more of that Jubilee just dancing. Anyways, I just wanted to share my thoughts on this 36 millimeter Oyster Perpetual in this beautiful Tiffany blue dial, turquoise blue, whatever you want to call it. It's an undeniably beautiful watch. I'm just not quite sold on this 36 size. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. Is 36 too small for my wrist? I really want to like it. I want to like it. It's so comfortable. I don't know, but what I do know is I need to quickly resize this watch before I have an angry wife on my hands. You know what they say? Happy wife, happy life. Thank you guys for watching. Negroni out!